So Andy Cohen is revealing more tea about what went down at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11 reunion, and he did it on his radio show this past Monday. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So as you know, tensions have been high on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season, especially between Erika Jayne Girardi and the rest of the cast, specifically Sutton Stracke and Garcelle Beauvais, and a little bit of Kyle, and a little bit of Dorit. Okay, the entire cast. So now Andy Cohen, although I feel like they're leaking this information. We got some behind the scenes footage from the control room this week. Andy's posting up about the reunion day. He's in the trailers. They really are hyping up this reunion. Well, according to Andy on Radio Andy, he's talking about the reunion. He's saying they mentioned it all. They mentioned it all. Here's what he had to say. He said the drama kept coming up because there were tentacles of the drama that involved all of the other ladies. I will say we did a big chunk of Erika's marital drama earlier in the day, and then I would say that the last 90 minutes was very spirited conversation about the case and what's going on. In regards to the allegations against Tom Girardi, according to Andy Cohen, Erika doesn't hold back. And you may recall when he first talked about this season, I didn't believe Andy. Look, I'm a straight shooter. I didn't believe him. I thought he was just hyping up the season, but the season has been so good. So good. So, Andy, I might believe you that this reunion might be really, really, really good. So, as I said before, Andy Cohen is saying that Erika Jayne doesn't hold back in this reunion. He says this: she answers everything. He says, I think I asked her everything. I mean, the viewers had amazing questions, and I feel that we represented the tenor of what the viewers were feeling. So did he ask that question from Linda? I wonder, because some of those questions were messy as hell. I wonder how messy they got and which ones they chose. And this is probably part of the reason why Andy Cohen decides to read viewer questions. I think partially he wants us involved. He wants to hear what people have to say. But I also think it takes a little ownership of the messiness away from him. But I'm digressing. He added this. He says, I thought it was fascinating. It was engaging. It was surprising. And we spoke about everything. And here are some of the topics. He said, Andy went on to reveal several topics that were addressed, including Tom's alleged mistresses, the missing money, the lawsuit Erika's facing currently, Tom's dementia diagnosis. And Andy reveals that the orphans and widows were definitely discussed. If they did not, you already know what we would have been saying. But that wasn't the only drama that we got from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11 reunion. Yes, a large chunk of the drama, like the season, is going to be about Erika Jayne Girardi. But according to Andy, there's a lot of drama going on between Garcelle and Dorit. Dorit is really trying to keep her diamond for next season. Not off the back of Garcelle. But one of the most surprising things, because we've become so accustomed to it, he says there were no walk-offs. And he says this: there were no walk-offs, which I loved. And Lisa Rinna was commenting at the end. She said, you know what? Everybody sat here and took it today. Everybody owned it. I'm adding that part. And according to Andy, he said, and it was true. Everybody faced the music, and they were all there. They were all engaged, and they were all in it. But it gets even juicier. Despite everyone staying on the stage, no one walking off, and everyone engaging, according to Andy, there were meltdowns. He didn't get into detail because he can't give us too much. Come on, guys. We got to be patient. He can't give us too much. But according to him, there were some meltdowns. Who do you think the meltdowns were from? We've already seen some of the meltdowns. Erika Jayne Girardi. So as I said before, Andy is not revealing who had the meltdown, but he says this: I want to leave that for the show. But he did confirm that one of the women that had a meltdown was Erika Jayne Girardi. And one of the things, and I've done this as well as an interviewer, you sometimes wonder, Oh man, I should have asked that question. Well, according to Andy, he didn't feel this way. Oftentimes he leaves these reunions and feels like, oh my goodness, I should have asked that question. He feels like everything was asked in this reunion. And based on what you guys have been saying in the comments, you feel like he's not going to ask those questions. And I think he took that to heart. And took notes on that. I'm hoping that this reunion is monumental. If it is, regardless, we will be covering it and recapping it here on the channel. We're going to break it down, dissect it, the same way that we've been breaking it down and dissecting this entire situation on the show and off the show. Guys, I want to know your thoughts on this. Are you looking forward to the reunion? What are some of the questions that you want answered at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 11 reunion? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.